Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? We're back. Big gamers and big cocks. We're back for our Gamescom 2014 impressions. Microsoft and Sony. Was Nintendo there? Nah, Nintendo wasn't there. Anyway, let's get, we're gonna let you know how we feel, who we thought was the winners, what games we like, and we're gonna be as non-biased as we can. Okay, we got the almighty warrior ward to keep us in check here, to keep our end point in check.
That's impossible.
All right, who want to go off first? What do you guys think? Come on, talk to me.
Okay, first I think I'll go over a little bit of what Microsoft announced because I actually missed theirs live because I was working and I actually saw Sony's live. So
oh
just
my God!
Yeah, I know,
What?
right? A quick
What?
recap.
How it happened? How it happened?
Well, a quick recap is what happened. Like before the thing even started, they announced that they're getting new features on the Xbox One, including like DLNA, USB playback, boot to TV, updated friends list. There's going to be like a thread system, like forums on your on the social settings, so you'll be able to like do like a little forum. It's like its own social network, basically Xbox Live now. So they keep pushing the envelope with reinventing Xbox Live, as it were, and so you'll be able to stream like you did before, like like that Plex stuff, all that stuff like that you have on your PC will be able to stream. And they support all kinds of formats. So basically, any kind of format you can name, more than the 360 has, they support it on the Xbox One. So that's going to be really cool. They announced a couple of new bundles. They officially announced the all-white Sunset Overdrive bundle for $400. With Sunset Overdrive, it's basically the white Xbox One, no Kinect, but you get Sunset Overdrive for free. They announced that digital preloading and pre-ordering begins with Forza Horizon 2 and FIFA 15, so we're pretty close to that. That's pretty good news for anybody that was interested. The Evolve beta starts in January of 2015, exclusively on Xbox One. And that'll be just in time because the Halo 5 Guardians beta lasts for 3 weeks. It starts at the end of December, ends 3 weeks.
Hey, crap! How do you get the Evolve beta? You have to pre-order the game.
I think they didn't say yet. They said that it's probably going to be from pre-order. It could just be an open beta. Who knows? But man, the Halo 5 beta is going to be awesome. It's 3 weeks long. It's 7 maps. I mean, when have we ever seen a beta with 7 maps, three different game modes, and I think like 10 or 12 different weapons, and they're all 4v4 arena cut type maps. I guess they really went back to their roots for this. It's all 60 frames per second, all dedicated servers. So they're really pushing this hard. That's really awesome. One of the cool things that I saw was this fucking amazing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare 1 terabyte hard drive, Xbox One.
Motherfucker's sexy.
Yeah. Also without Kinect, it's $4.99 and it comes out November 3rd. But man, that thing is like it's like branded Call of Duty, so that thing looks really good.
It makes sounds also.
Yeah, it makes sounds. It's really, really awesome.
Did you guys see that the Call of Duty, the scene on the Golden Gate Bridge?
I'm watching it now. Yeah, I'm watching it.
My God.
Yeah, it looks really good. Another interesting thing is, so Fable Legends, the multiplayer beta starts on October 16th. That looks really fun. So you got stuff to do in October. The funny thing is, October 15th, Killer Instinct Season 2 kicks off. And you can if you buy the Ultra Edition, you get the Killer Instinct 2 arcade game, which was released in 1996. And unlike the Killer Instinct Classic, this one is online. So you can play against other people with the classic arcade game online. I mean,
$40, right?
Yeah, it's $40. You get both games. You get the Combo Breaker pack and the arcade game. You can play it online. It's got full achievements and everything. Looks to be really, really cool. Let's see, what else do we got here? We had, let's see. Oh, the big the big to-do here. The Rise of the Tomb Raider, the follow-up to the 2013 game, Xbox One exclusive, and then they could have just dropped the mic at that point because game over. You know what I mean? I mean, literally, that was
you know what? I think that was a shining moment of the whole Gamescom, but I think it also, in my opinion, that it gave all black games a black eye because the shit that they threatened this woman's life and the creator. Like, Jesus Christ, man, is this a fucking game? I think, I really think, and I say it again, maybe they won't. Sony needs to step up and say something and to denounce that type of behavior. There's no reason to threaten someone's life over a fucking game. I think that's silly as all hell.
Yeah.
He told that woman
that salt is real. That salt is real.
Somebody was
this dude.
They said they was gonna rape that
God,
woman.
it's dripping, man.
They threatened to fucking rape her and all types of shit like that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That is crazy, man. I mean, Sony fans need to be ashamed of themselves doing that crap, though.
Yeah,
I mean, real
even
talk.
Sony fans,
Y'all got to stop
gamers,
that
Sony gamers, pro
that's gamers, anything. That's giving everybody a bad
Nintendo
name,
fans,
man.
Everybody needs to come out and announce that type of behavior, man. Seriously.
Stop, bro. That got to be some little kids, though. I hope they.
I don't know. Whoever they all need their fucking IP banned.
No, it's not little kids. They
need to go to fucking.
Yeah, it's grown ass men, and not only that.
Well, listen, it's one thing.
But
it's
hold
on. It's one thing to be a hardcore troll and to be pro so much that you're crazy, but it's another thing to go to somebody's, like a developer's site or a developer's Twitter page and threaten them physically.
Right.
That's when you cross over into the realm of, like, I mean, it's time to put the controller down, go outside, get some air, do something else besides gaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
some of them need to take a break.
Yeah.
Have a Kit Kat, everybody. Have a Kit Kat.
Get the cake.
Wait, can I ask you guys a question though? I mean, let me ask all four of you guys a question.
Go ahead.
You know, I think these people, and they look at this so-called console war as a heavyweight title fight or a baseball game or a basketball team, and they hate for their favorite product to get outdone. And Sony fans, if you're a Sony fan, you should want Microsoft to have a Gamescom or great E3, because why? It puts the pressure on Sony to go out and deliver you something besides fucking indies. You know what I mean? Or whatever, like give you some great games, those great games that Sony is known for, Papa Rapper the Rapper, and all them, quirky games. That puts the pressure on Sony. You know what I mean? You don't want Sony
to win. To give away what I.
Yeah, so go ahead, Worry.
I don't want to give away what I thought of Gamescom, but what you were saying is, I mean, the reason why I think that Microsoft is doing better now in terms of getting games and pushing games is because of them getting the shit kicked out of them.
For sure.
That's what happens. You know, you gotta get pushed, and you do better. That's what you want. So, if you love a PlayStation, then you should love what's going on right now. If you love an Xbox, you should love what's going on right now. And if you're upset about a game that you may get, I mean, you may still get Tomb Raider at the end of 2015 or in 2016. You may get it, right? So it's just a game. It's Tomb Raider. It's one game. Just relax.
Yeah, well, I want to point out one more thing, which I thought was funny, was when Insomniac Games, I think, tweeted at Crystal Dynamics and warned them about the hate that was about to income. About it, and that's just, and I think that's just kind of funny that. I mean, this is the fans that these people make games for all these years, and how fickle are they? I mean, could you imagine? And I guess that some Xbox fans got a little bit upset with the treatment of Destiny and stuff like that, but I don't ever recall anybody threatening anybody from Bungie or threatening Activision or anything like that based on simple things like time DLC or whatever. I was the one saying, hey, it's not a big deal because most of us don't buy DLC anyway. Yeah, you still get the game. They went out of their way to get the game to make parity. It's okay. Calm down. It's just a goddamn game. If you're not happy with the games, and it was literally 5 minutes afterwards, I was already petition up. People complaining, and there's like thousands and thousands of comments. It was so bad that sites were running the story about how salty the PlayStation 4 owners were. Like, literally, they're like, wow, they're not happy about it. You know what I mean? And I guess I can understand it, but when you look at the fact that the first Tomb Raider game was on the PlayStation 1 and the Sega Saturn, and the second one... And
it was on the Saturn and PC first, before the PlayStation 1.
Yeah, and then the second one, Sony paid for exclusivity, and it ended up just being an exclusive. So how can you hate one and not the other? This is what I'm saying. And I said this in a video I did today was... the hypocrisy kind of annoys me because last generation people were like, Microsoft, all they do is pay for timed content. It sucks. They suck. They're evil. And now they're like pat Sony on the back when they get timed content on Watch Dogs or Assassin's Creed or Destiny. Destiny. And they're like, oh, how can Microsoft buy a third-party game exclusive? How can they do it? They're so evil. And I'm like, dude, Bloodborne isn't made by a first-party studio for Sony, right? It's being made by a third-party software.
Yeah.
When I knew this games conference for Sony was over with? When they announced TV. I said, yeah, this thing is over, bro. You can kiss the baby. They threw. They just threw in the white flag.
I was
They
bored.
got TV, bro. I was like, wow, TV? Word?
Yeah.
Wow. That was crazy. When they did that, man, I was like, yeah, this thing is over with.
Let me see. You kissed the baby on that one.
Do you know,
baby?
does anybody know if that play share, does that require the game to be digitally purchased?
I will imagine so.
I don't know, but it's only 2 hours, right?
Well, Far Cry, they announced it's going to be 2 hours, but they didn't. Other publishers, I don't think, have a limit. But I know Far Cry 4. Far Cry. What's the new Far Cry coming out?
4.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they did announce that it's going to be a 2-hour limit. But I don't know if does that mean that it has to be a digital purchase, or I mean, if you buy it physically, you'd have to put it in the tray and.
Yeah, I would imagine it had to be digital because if some person doesn't have the game physically and they want to share it, how are they going to download it to their hard drive? Right. So I would imagine it would have to be digitally. I don't know. Well, I'm thinking.
So that is that kind of like was that similar to what the family thing was?
I think Microsoft, you had access. Well, no, actually, no, because Microsoft at the time, you put the game in one time and it downloads to your system. You never had to, take it out again.
Yeah. That was the big sticking point. It was the physical copy DRM crap versus digital.
Well, this is the thing, though. All right, Microsoft was you get the full game, right? This is just 2 hours with that. I mean, family sharing with Microsoft. Full game. And you can still do that. Like as long as you have, say you have somebody that and you have your set as the home console and theirs isn't, you can share the complete game. You can both play it at the same time. One game, 2 licenses. You can do that on Xbox One right now. The family sharing was like you could share with up to 10 people or whatever, whoever was on your list. And that was the full game. What this is just 2 hours with this one particular game for the online portion.
Yeah. But according to Hip Hop Gamer, that's what stole the show for Sony.
Oh, that stole the show, even though it wasn't trending on Twitter all day like Tomb Raider was.
Again, you know what? I'll give my I don't know what shit.
Everybody wants.
You're out for you're going to be out of here soon. Why don't you give your opinion and what you think of what you saw, what you like, you didn't like?
Well, you know what? It's interesting. When I didn't watch them. I read them. They were just putting up. What was going on, and I was reading it, and when I saw, and this is terrible, when I saw the PlayStation games coming up, I thought to myself, wow, they're really pumping some games into Vita. They didn't forget the Vita. But these were games obviously that weren't on the Vita, they were on the PlayStation 4, and I kind of made the analogy to someone that I love icing and I love cake. But I don't like just one and just the other. I want cake and I want icing. So, to me, indie games are icing, but I need that cake too. Every once in a while. I personally thought that Microsoft did a fantastic job. I mean, I don't know how I think that they just stole the show. I really do. They just had a great show.
And what was the game they said? Hey, you guys, or what was the
for me? It was Quantum Break.
Shit.
Yeah. I never. I mean, that's just. Yeah. And I feel so bad though because I know tomorrow or a week from now there's going to be that article.
8 minutes of Quantum Break, man. That was nice.
There's going to be an article that talks about like you couldn't read the license plate because it was too blurry or something like that. But I mean, I don't care what that resolution was in that game. That game looks like that when you're playing it. So I'm happy.
Yeah. Well. So oh shit, man. So what about? Well, you want to do Sony next? You want to do both of them together, or? You said something. You did about. You said about Sony about you thought those games.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
That, so okay, well, okay.
I was shocked that Tomb Raider is exclusive. I can't believe that happened. I never thought a third. Like I understand. Like you look at it this way. I mean, the amount of money that Sony spent for Destiny DLC must have been a lot, and that's a big deal. You're not getting that DLC for a year, right?
Yeah, well, whatever.
And I mean, these companies are spending money. I mean, Microsoft. How much money do you think they spent to get Tomb Raider?
I don't know. Well, like I said, it's being published. Well, is it being? I think it's being published by Microsoft, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. I don't know who's publishing.
I don't know, but yeah, I was trying to explain what this was. Originally, the game wasn't a success for them. At that point in time, Microsoft maybe could have made a deal at that time for a sequel. We don't know exactly what goes on behind the scenes, but much like Bayonetta 2, Nintendo funded that. So obviously that's not going to go exclusive, but people still crying about it, except for me because I got a Wii U and I'll just fucking play the game.
I don't know how the first Tomb Raider was a success. What did it sell? Like over 2 million copies?
And they made us money.
Well, it sold 3, and then after they did definitive versions and shit, it sold 6. So right now they said it's like at a little bit past 6 million copies.
And that's not good.
And that's not
now
well. It didn't. Yeah, now it is, but originally it wasn't when it sold like 3 or 4 million.
That's sad. When a game sells 3 or 4 million and it's not a success.
Yeah, because it costs a lot of money to put the game on multiple consoles like that. Like that's what I was trying to explain to people as well. Was it's low risk if Microsoft is funding it and taking care of all the money aspects. They don't have to make up potential 10 million sales or whatever like people are saying. It's just low risk, high reward for Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics because if Microsoft is funding it, what's it matter what it sells? You know what I mean? I mean, potentially they're going to make a lot more money not having to publish it or make it or pay for the advertising and things like that. So that's just like with Dead Rising 3 was a huge success for Capcom, sold like 1.3 or 1, and that made them a lot of money. They actually made money for the first time in like forever because of that. Where if they would have had to put money into developing for additional platforms and this and that, who knows if that actually makes money for them or not. It actually could cost you money to go multi-platform. And I was trying to explain this to people, and they just think it's damage control or whatever, but method to madness.
I mean, whatever. I mean, it could, I don't know. I was really the games that like I wanted to see for a next gen, for a next gen console. To me, the Quantum Break and the Tomb Raider game. I mean, I was blown away by the Quantum Break game. I really was.
Yeah, I mean that was 8 minutes of heaven, man.
So
let me ask you a question. Right, so if you had to choose between Quantum Break and The Witcher 3.
Oh man, I gotta choose. I can't just buy them both.
Quantum Break.
I'm just saying, if you're down to your last buck, like what would you? In February you got a lot of big games. You got Evolve, you got Quantum Break, you got The Order. Put it like this: you got The Order, and you got Quantum Break. You got The Order, and you got a Quantum Break. Sony, Microsoft, big exclusive. Sony, but what would you choose? What's more fun to you?
For me personally, I would go with the Remedy game because I love Remedy. Okay. I would get Quantum Break first, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay. Well. All right. Well. I guess I go next. What you're done, Maury?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm already getting attacked of being an Xbox.
Okay.
I can hear it now.
Well, like I said, what to me was the best thing about the show for both Microsoft and Sony. I like the surprises. I like. And I think for me, what was the biggest letdown for both Sony and Microsoft E3 is that we knew just about 99% of the games that were coming out. Yeah. We knew about them before they announced them. Even though we did get Crackdown. Well, we kind of figured it was Crackdown, but Scalebound came out of nowhere. I was surprised we didn't see anything from Crackdown or Scalebound at Gamescom 2014.
Well, Scalebound's more of a Japanese skewed thing, right? So maybe TGS.
Well, that comes up in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, so
they say there was a part of it playable. So.
Well, they said that but like I said, they got to do. Well, Microsoft, like I said today, to hands down, they did a wonderful job. Their Gamescom 2014 was better than their E3. Say it right now.
Yeah.
Some of the indies they show, peak. I like the roller coaster game. I like the game with the little mouse and like I said, I'm okay with some of the indies, not all of them, but I like when the indies look like a next generation indie. I give you that, but not that 8-bit, 6-bit shit. I'm not with that. You know what I mean? Of course, Tomb Raider, that was huge. We didn't expect that. Now maybe this might be the reason that Sony got rid of their stock in Square Enix. We don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know. Maybe why? Maybe this. Maybe you forgot a few months ago Sony dumped their stock, their shares in Square Enix for whatever reason out of nowhere. But again, like I said, that Tomb Raider, that came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Sony, Microsoft showed it at E3, and then they showed it again at Gamescom and said, hey, no, this is exclusive to the Xbox One in 2000. What's on the 362? You know what I mean? I think that was huge, and of course you had the shit that happened after, but all the rabid-ass fanboys was crazy as hell. And from Sony, also too, I'm sorry, Sunset Overdrive looked amazing. Forza Horizon looked fucking amazing. Fucking Halo, oh my god! Like, did you see the levels? Like, that shit was, my god, that looks beautiful. They did a really good job. 343 Studios did an amazing job with the Halo 2 anniversary. I'm excited, looking forward to that. I can also say too, I've never been a Call of Duty fan, but I may pick up fucking Call of Duty just to play the actual game. That fucking port on the Golden Gate Bridge, that shit blew me away. Sony, I like Hellblade, I thought at the time that was an exclusive, but it's a multi-plat. It's coming to the Xbox One also, so kudos. But I'm a big, Ninja Theory. I like their games. Heavenly Swords, if you guys listen, you got a PS3, go pick that game. You get it for like $5. It's a good game. The other game, what's that shit? Until Dawn. I believe that was a PlayStation 3 game. Was for the Move.
It was going to be a PlayStation Move game, and I guess they decided to port it over or whatever.
And I can say, that and Hellblade, and that's the only thing that caught my interest from Sony.
Is DayZ, is that an exclusive on the PlayStation?
No, I don't.
No, it's gonna. It's gonna make its console debut
on
the PlayStation 4. But how can it? This is the thing that I don't get about that game. It's like a beta, not even, and it's a glitchy beta from what I hear on PC. So why would they even want to consider putting this on console when consoles have a bit of you got to have a finished game to put it on a console?
I don't know anything about PC, but I have a lot of friends of mine who are PC gamers, and everyone on the PC is talking about DayZ. So there's got to be something to it. Everybody I know that plays on PC loves DayZ.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that some people might just love it for the sake of loving it. Like the way the guy explains it, no cutscenes, no story. You're just left on the thing surviving. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like all that. A lot of that PC stuff. It seems so boring to me. Like you hear Arma or Dota and all this. I mean, it's just really lame.
I don't really care. I don't really care. I bought a PC to play multi-plat, so I'm just playing pretty multi-plat. I'm just being honest. But to me, like I said, the shining points of Sony's show was what's it, Hellblade and what's that? Until Dawn. You know what I mean? The rest of that shit, like I don't care for Little Big Planet. Drive Club, I pass, and the rest of those shits were indie.
Tearaway's coming.
Oh, I'm sorry, and Bloodborne. If you're into the Demon Souls type game, and which depends on when it comes out. If there's nothing else to play, and depends on how my schedule is, I pick. I don't like. I played a little bit first. It's like I don't like that game. Was just ridiculously hard. Like that shit was like what I mean. But depends on when it comes out. I may pick it up. Rest of that shit, then
man, I'm watching this scene on the bridge in Quantum Break.
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot about that. That blew my.
When everyone's frozen and you can zoom in and listen to what they were saying or they're thinking while they're frozen in time.
Yeah, that was like my favorite part. That was my favorite part of the show.
Like I said, whatever resolution that game is in, I don't give a fuck. It's 240p. That game looks fucking amazing, and it looks better than anything that I've seen thus far of this next generation. You know what I mean? I'm just being.
I'm getting a little bit of confirmation here. They're saying that the new Tomb Raider is published by Microsoft.
Oh well, there you go.
Once that happens, thanks to Cyanide Vision and a couple other people are saying that in the comment section. It could go to PC down the line, but it's definitely not coming to PS4.
Right.
Just throwing it out there. When you publish a game.
That is the case. That is a huge blow to Sony. I'm just being real. That's a big major multi-plat. You know what I mean?
You know what I pictured when I heard this morning, right? You guys are familiar with the movie Saving Private Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And remember how Warrior was like, Sony had dug that knife in the Microsoft's back. Like last year, right? And they were like slowly turning it. And he was giving that analogy. My analogy for what happened when Tomb Raider was announced as exclusive was Microsoft now has the knife. And it's like that German that's like about to get stabbed by the Jew. And then the German turns the knife around and it's like shh, 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 as he slowly fucking plunges that motherfucking knife into that guy, right? That's what Microsoft just did to Sony and all those goddamn Sony fans that are now crying and bitching and whining and making petitions and cussing out voice actresses on Twitter and complaining and looking like the little jerk piss ants that we all knew they were from the beginning.
This is what I liked about both conference. For Microsoft, I liked the bundles that they had, all the little different bundles that they.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
The 1 terabyte Xbox One, I enjoyed. Right along with Quantum Break and all the rest of the little stuff that y'all named. But and able to download your games. I thought that was slick too. Ahead, You know what I'm saying?
Pre-download.
Pre-download, yeah. So I thought that was pretty nice as well. With Sony, it was so many dang on indies, but some of them was nice. I liked it Rhyme, from them. That game I thought was pretty slick. And I liked it. What was it? Hellblade.
Yeah.
I think that was nice, man. Those was the only two games that really kind of like piqued my interest over there. What I found funny over there though was they had gave them a game, an indie, that was a pop-up book.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? It was flying around on paper planes and all this little weird stuff, man, and it just looked goofy. But that's the type of indies that they enjoy over there, man. But I just found that was real funny when I seen that game. But other than that, that's the only thing I liked it on Sony's side. So I just want to get that out the way.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm finished.
Okay, I'll go real quick. I'll start off with Sony's thing, all right? Is it just me, or we've all heard from all the Sony fans, they're like, man, Sony's got these 14 studios working on AAA games. And they start naming off these studios, right?
Indeed,
Sony
man.
Santa Monica's thing. Media Molecule's working on something. This group is working on something. Yes, okay, so check this out. So we've already debunked this because like 5 or 6 of these, look, Sony Santa Monica, obviously they're going to be working on a God of War down the line. But in the meantime, they made Hokum. Yeah, Hokum.
Yeah. Hokum.
Yeah, Hokum. So there's your one game. Media Molecule, what was their big game? They take the game that flopped on Vita, Tearaway, and they're making a PS4 version. And that looks like another goddamn indie game. So you have Sony's first-party studios making games that look like goddamn indie games. Is there not enough indie fucking developers making games for that shitty-ass console to begin with? This is all I'm asking. What is up with their first-party studios? First-party studios!
Didn't
First
they say
party,
they got
like
1,000 or something indie developers or something like that? Or was it
How do you
4,000 or
have
whatever?
your first-party studios making indie titles? Why? Why aren't they making AAA goddamn titles?
You know why? They can't afford.
They have no. Tell us about their financial situation next year.
Well.
Wait. Then you gotta ask. You're asking the real next gen, or you're asking?
Either one. hey, Worrywart next gen. Why can't Sony make AAA titles?
Listen, all right. Well, that being said, let's call a spade a spade. I mean, the Wii U is dog shit. Oh, I'm sorry. You're asking about Sony. Okay.
Yeah, I was asking about Sony.
If you look into page 64 of the Sony financials, you'll see that they just don't have any goddamn money.
Fucked up. Well, but
I mean, dang on, China don't dump their stock and everything.
Crap, you did a video about this, didn't you? About, everybody did a video about Yoshida saying he don't see what the big deal is about AAA games. So I don't see,
What are some AAA games that they're making? Like we have, you got The Order, right?
Okay, there's The Order.
Right.
Is Bloodborne considered AAA? I guess.
Yeah. It's just AAA.
The Little Big Planet game is a AAA game.
Yeah, that's on PS3. That's on PS3 as well. I consider that more of a AA.
Okay, well, you have Drive Club.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Uncharted.
Uncharted. You got another Last of Us coming.
Maybe.
Yep.
I mean, a couple years from now.
Yeah.
It's like we could say there's another Gran Turismo coming too, but that's years from now.
Yeah.
I mean, we might as well say there's another Forza Motorsport coming too. That'll probably come next year as well.
I did think there would be more of a surprise at the Sony one. I heard that there was going to be an old IP and a new IP, and I was looking maybe for one of those old school platformers like a Jak and Daxter or the Ratchet and Clank remake or something like that. So yeah, I mean, I could see the disappointment a little bit.
Yeah. So like I said, and they tout all their power and stuff, but there was nothing that really looked like Quantum Break, like on that level of graphical scale to me at Sony's thing. So they tout the power and whatnot, and then they had their first party developers making these games that look like indies. So I guess I don't really understand that aspect. I mean, I am as a gamer. I'm looking for them to give me a reason to buy it. If there is one, let me know, because so far I'm seeing a bunch of stuff that that doesn't impress me. Where's their big heavy hitters? I mean, there's Uncharted in 2015 or maybe 2016, but where's the real big games at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see anything. Like, we know Microsoft has got a good mix of old and new. We got amazing Halo 5. There's the Master Chief Collection. You know, there's Sunset Overdrive and Quantum Break. Those are new titles. They brought back Killer Instinct, and there's like Rise if you're a graphics whore. There's Dead Rising 3. You know what I mean? Saying they got all this good mix of stuff. You know. And there, you know, there's going to be a Gears of War, Forza Horizon 2. Like, holy shit! Did you see the social aspects of that and how amazing that game looked? I mean, it's just it just amazes me how far they from the 360 to the Xbox One. And then when you look over and see Sony's little deal, and they sell 10 million, and you're kind of like, wow. I mean, that's a good number. You know, the industry's good. Yeah, I'm all for the industry doing well, but I'm thinking, hey, at some point, some of these people are going to be a little bit unhappy when they're seeing Microsoft's consoles and they're getting, you know, they're announcing these big titles and Tomb Raider and, you know, these big games, right? And Sony's not really announcing anything like that. You know, they're more still sticking towards the indies, and I heard they announced a couple more free-to-play games. I mean, it's like everything we've been saying as to make fun of them is indies, free-to-play, and PC ports, and that's what they're living off of. And I mean, I guess there's no real reason to change from that if you got 10 million people buying it. But at what point do people look over and see that the grass is actually a lot greener than the desert you're living in? You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So I wasn't impressed with Sony's at all. There wasn't a single game in there that impressed me. You know, and that's just being honest. There's nothing there that's going to make me want to buy a PS4. They failed again to sell me one, and I bought every console pretty much within the first 6 months of launch for as long as I've had a job, you know. So, yeah. And as far as Microsoft's, I love that they come out. Phil Spencer rights a lot of the wrongs that Sony kind of tried to bury them a little bit with the whole GTA 5 thing. Remember, they're like, import your 360 save files to the PS4 version. And people were like, oh, that's a slap to the face. Phil Spencer comes out and says, hey, you can import your PS3 save file to the Xbox One version of Grand Theft Auto 5. You know, that is huge. He says, hey, we have the best games, the best exclusives. Play Destiny this September. The best experience is going to be on Xbox Live with us. And he comes out and says these things. You have to get those points across, and he's 100% right. You know what I'm saying? So I love that they did that. I feel like the whole indie thing, you know what I'm saying? I feel like they just have to do that to kind of so that people don't dog them. You know what I'm saying? Like, what happens if they don't show indies? People are going to be like, they don't care about indies or developers. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they have to do that. I'm not really interested in it. I mean, I think Cuphead looks good. There is this game that I was talking to Worry Ward and Next Gen a little bit about, and it's not an indie game. It's called Scream Ride, and it's by Frontier Games, and they're the ones that did Roller Coaster Tycoon and like they did Zoo Tycoon, which was an Xbox One launch game. Really good game. This game looks fun. I mean, it doesn't look graphically impressive, but it looks really fun. So I think that should count for something as well. And as far as the indies and stuff concerned, they even seem to have like the better looking indies to me, like the ones that take advantage of the console a bit, like you were saying, Next Gen. So and they had the big surprises. They were the only ones that had a surprise. They had the Tomb Raider being an exclusive, and we all knew the white Sunset Overdrive bundle was coming, but nobody knew the Call of Duty 1 terabyte was coming. So I think we got the surprises we all wanted at E3 at Gamescom. They nailed it. They hit a grand slam, A+++. I mean, they kicked ass. Sony about a C minus, something like that.
Damn.
Rack 'em.
What about the Halo channel? That was huge.
Oh, the Halo channel. Yeah, they got rid of Halo Waypoint.
Yes, that was crazy.
That's awesome. And I still think, you know, it's a little bit weird not to go off too far off topic, but there's only one woman at either conference, and it was Bonnie Ross for 343. I mean, you got these two shows and lots of women game, and yet only one woman. I mean, I just think that's a little bit weird to me. You know what I mean? Like, wow, come on, you know?
Because they were afraid because of the Sony fans that the Laura Croft actress. They were afraid they were going to get raped and sexually assaulted.
You're insane.
Sony fans are nothing but sexual deviants, man. Where?
There's the guy who wants to do everyone's grandmom.
Hey, man. Like I say, man, Microsoft concept was better than granny pussy, man. That shit was sweet.
Oh,
it was really good. I mean, if you guys had to give them both a a value for how good they were, like A or B or whatever, what would you rate them?
I would give Microsoft an A. I would say that Microsoft conference was, like I said, was much. I liked their presentation. And I'm gonna say this too. And again, to me, I think Microsoft's show was better overall for their performance because to me, it was something with Sony show that just dragged on.
Horizon 2 looks amazing.
It does, and to me, I think the Sony show just kind of dragged it along. Like the people they have are just not that damn interesting. And, I don't know. The Forza Horizon 2 looks amazing. Whatever resolution was it 1080p 30? I don't know.
Yeah, I believe it's 1080p. I don't know. I think it's just
but it looks great. So look, what do we have? What do we have in September for the Xbox One? What do we have?
Okay, well you have Forza Horizon 2 coming out at the end of September.
All right.
Then you have and in October 15th is Killer Instinct Season 2. October 16th is the multiplayer beta for Fable Legends. Okay. And then you have October 28th, Sunset Overdrive.
All right.
Then you have November, I think 11th is the Master Chief Collection.
All right.
You have the beta, the Halo beta starts on the 29th.
Okay.
I mean, you got some other stuff. You got like those those bigger like Ori and the Blind Forest seems like it might be an interesting indie.
When does that come out?
That comes out this holiday.
Okay.
Yeah. So you got a good amount of content. I mean, between like betas and like third-party stuff and exclusives and everything, I think they definitely have the best content and the most content this year, certainly.
And Sony has what? What do they have?
They have Drive Club and Little Big Planet 3, which is also on the PlayStation 3.
And that's it, right? Did we leave anything out?
Ho Hokum.
Oh, shit. Hokum. Yeah. Well, I thought they have a fighting game, Metal Gear. I thought they had a fighting game too. Guilty Gear X or something. There's nothing that comes out.
I don't even know. Yeah, I mean they could have some shit like that, but I don't know. I don't really pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah, but so
I mean they also had like some Final Fantasy game, but that was on like PS3 as well.
It's exclusive.
Yeah, it's like I forget what the hell which one that was. I think that's like the MMO type one or something. I don't know, but it's like it's not the big one or whatever that's going to be on the Xbox One as well. I think this year, next year. But yeah, it was the one that's on PS3 and the PS4 and PC.
Well, I'm happy Sony didn't announce any more remasters. I'm happy about that.
That's
not saying that's
Yeah. They ain't announced none of those, and that was pretty nice.
I was surprised. I thought they were going to do the Beyond Two Souls and
the Marcus Phoenix collection, which they probably announced that next year, hopefully.
Well, Journey and Unfinished Swan are coming.
Yeah, Journey. Yeah, Journey.
Oh, hey guys, guess what? They got all the berries and cream on both those. PS4 pulled it off, guys.
What, 1080p, 60 frames a second?
Oh yeah, for a couple of last-gen indie games, putting them over to the PS4 in full glory.
To me, when they stuff like that, it lets you know that they don't have much up their sleeve.
No.
I was surprised. I thought I was gonna hear something as far as backwards compatibility from the Xbox and something from Steam. But maybe, like I said, I don't know. I thought we was gonna hear something from that. I wonder what Microsoft is going to show at Tokyo. I'm excited.
I think they're going to show Scalebound, honestly. I think
Scalebound, what about Shenmue 3? Come on.
They could. I mean, they got to show stuff that... Like, I think they showed stuff today that would appeal to, like, European gamers. They like Halo. They like Call of Duty. They like, Remedy is a European developer. So they did, Forza. They like their racing games. So I think they did a good job at that. Now when they do, FIFA, they had the exclusive content for FIFA and a FIFA bundle. I mean, I think that's going to be huge for over there. And then over here, and then they're going to do TGS. So I think you're going to have to cater to that audience a little bit. And I think didn't they announce 3 exclusives earlier in the year? That we haven't seen much on.
Yeah. But also, you seen that shit that was in it was that shit in China? What do you call that shit? That game that came out of nowhere, Mercury or some shit.
Yeah, Mercury.
Exclusive to the Xbox One. So they may announce that over for the Japanese. Like I said, I don't know. Microsoft got deep pockets, man. They damn sure do. And
hey, that's what happened, man. Remember a couple of days before Gamescom when we started seeing articles on M4G saying Microsoft was going to lose third-party support and Sony would get third-party exclusives announced at Gamescom. And I remember how wrong that was.
Hey, you know, let me say this right now.
Hilarious to me.
If any Xbox fans are out there watching right now, I'm gonna start this new. We gotta boycott fucking IGN. That fucking guy. What's my man name? They said this shit there on Twitter. Bad news. It's a lose for everybody with the shit about.
Was it Colin? Was that Colin?
Ryan McCaffrey.
Ryan. Yeah, it was Ryan.
What the fuck supposed to be? He's supposed to be the Xbox guy too. He's like, it's a lose for everybody except for fanboys. And so I disagreed with him on Twitter.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, look, you can't boycott the guy for saying that. I mean,
I'm just talking about that site.
He is right. I mean, he is right.
How is he right?
How is he right?
Because he doesn't have the same look. How do I explain this?
All right.
He's not extreme. You know what I mean? Like Colin, Greg, these are extreme guys. That's why they get a big following, because they're extreme. Colin's more of a gamer. He is the Xbox guy, but you know, I think it's huge that Tomb Raider's coming to the Xbox, right?
Okay.
It's big. I'm going to get it. However, it is bad for people who have PlayStation 4 because they can't.
It's bad for them, but it's not bad for like the industry, like he's trying to make it sound like. He also said it wouldn't sell Xbox One units.
I beg to differ on that.
I don't know.
I beg to differ on that too.
I think.
Plus, he also.
I think Halo has more of a chance as.
Don't get me wrong. Tomb Raider is not big as Halo,
right?
But the fact that it's a AAA multiplat, I don't think nothing that was shown today is bigger than Halo. Just being honest, Halo's fucking Halo. Whether you like it, love it, hate it or not, it's $1 billion goddamn franchise. You know what I mean? But you know, again, Call of Duty is probably the biggest Halo now. But other than that, you know. What I don't understand is him saying but he didn't tweet it is bad for Sony to have Bloodborne and the Xbox owners players games. I don't understand that, you know.
Yeah, but
I mentioned that too.
But if we're gonna complain about Greg and Colin being biased, right? Then you really can't complain about a guy not being biased.
No, I'm just talking about
why?
That site's fucked up, though. I'm sorry.
If you watch their podcast, you know what the best podcast is? Their Nintendo podcast, because they brought up the PS4. Yeah. They brought up that the PS4 has nothing but indies. They're like, nobody's buying a PS4 and then talking about buying Ho Hokum. You know what I mean? It's like they actually say the shit that we're all thinking. I mean, they're kind of like a little bit dogging on the Xbox One, but I'll be the first to admit that it's slow on both ends. But hell, at least there's a little bit of a backlog, and there's still a good online community for like.
You know what's strange about that? He really doesn't have the access to like Phil Spencer and all the way that like the other guys have access to the Sony guys. I'm surprised that he doesn't have more access.
Well, at least access to fucking what's my man Larry Nelson. Larry Nelson, Major Nelson, Larry Herb, or Major Greenberg. Right. But I'm just saying, I don't see how you can feel bad for. Yeah, you know, I don't see how. Shout out to Aaron Greenberg, he tweeted me today. I don't see how you say it's bad for Microsoft, you know, fans and blood. Like I don't understand that shit there. You know, Sony has always had What again? You know what made the PS2 great and made the NS because they had third-party mounted that were exclusive to their console.
All right.
Look at all the great third-party games, multi-plat games when they're multi-plat now that were exclusive to the PlayStation 2.
You know what I don't get though? Okay, like he's an Xbox guy. At least be excited that it's coming. You know, it could be a shot in the arm. It's an extra exclusive, and he actually seemed kind of down about it. He's like, "Good job, Microsoft." This is what he says. He's like, "Good job, Microsoft." Tomb Raider's trending, and it overshadowed Quantum Break and Halo. Was just kind of schmarmy about it, and I tweeted him. I'm like, "Dude, it's a bad problem to have. Too many exclusives." And he favorited the tweet, but didn't retweet it or anything. But it's like he knows what's up.
Yeah, like I said that tweet today. I'm feeling kind of spoiled now as being an Xbox One owner. I got all these fucking great games, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that was to Aaron Greenberg, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give up on granny pussy. I'm gonna have to stop. I can't afford it. All these great games coming out, I'm gonna fuck somebody's grandmother. I can't, you know. Either I'm gonna buy Geritol, I'm gonna buy a $65 game. I can't, you know. My pockets is hurting, man. It's slow. It's hard being a dope dealer this time of year, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. But no, like I said, overall, like I said, it was a good show. You know, for both. You know, both of their shows were better than E3. Their E3 performances. I can say that by far. Sony with their.
Well, they didn't have Mr. Peanut out there talking about heroes.
Fucking the penguin. He had a penguin out there talking about powers and shit. Yeah,
they still didn't have him out there. Boy.
Yes, sir.
Who was the guy with the Bill Clinton thumb when he talked?
That was new. That's the new like American Sony guy.
Yeah, he takes.
Yeah, that was the Jack Trenton wannabe, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's the new Jack Trenton.
Nah, he can't replace Jack.
Jack is the man. But I'm surprised. I'm sorry, I'm surprised there's no Master Chief bundle. I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, you know why they're probably doing that is probably because they're making a Halo 5 official like. There's definitely going to be a Halo 5 actual Xbox One. They probably don't want to do 2, and that's what it is. They probably figured that they've got enough bundles for this year, which is true. You know, and then do an official Halo one. I mean, if they do one that does sounds and shit, like remember they used to do that with the 360, I would be all in for that because, I mean, fuck, how many Xbox Ones do I need? But I mean, shit, dude, that would be awesome. You know, because the white one looks really slick too.
Yeah,
like
that
I really
fucking white. I hope they. What I do hope that I can at least buy the controller. That controller, both the white one and the Call of Duty controller was nice. You know what I mean? Those controllers, that white controller is nice in the motherfucker, man. I'm not even gonna bullshit you, you know. But like I said, but no, what I don't understand though,
it's clean.
Is Microsoft phasing out the Kinect because all these bundles and none of these motherfuckers have the Kinect.
Yeah, you know what I was kind of thinking like, Kinect is sort of Microsoft's Vita.
But I use the Kinect though. I like the fucking Kinect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's just not mass market. They didn't. If they would have sold it separately, like the PlayStation camera, and said, you know, if you like to do Twitch streaming, if you like to do YouTube, if you like Skype and stuff like that, this could add to the experience. But when they marketed it first and foremost as a gaming device, that's where they went wrong. That's where they went wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, somebody mentioned about the new message snap for Xbox One too. They're like doing all that stuff with like.
Man, the white console looks really nice.
That motherfucker slicker than granny pussy.
I'm looking at it right now.
They are doing.
And that stuff loose.
Fruit Ninja Connect too, guys. Come on now.
Fruit Ninja.
Fruit Ninja. Yeah. That's gonna suck next, baby.
Yeah, Fruit Ninja. Yeah, we did see that was the indie game. The game price was like $10 or so.
I think it was only only like 8 or something or 5 on Xbox 360 when it came out. So
Bonnie Ross is on now.
Yeah.
WarioWare's got a thing for Bonnie Ross.
Who the fuck is Bonnie?
She's the 343 Studios lead.
Yeah.
He's like bow bow chicka bow wow.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Where's my gerbil?
So what's Konami go? I see they just showed what do you call it?
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill, yeah. They just showed Silent Hill.
And it's with Kojima and Del Toro.
Who says that the Xbox One version is going to be 620p? Fucking with that guy. That guy's a douchebag, man. He sandbagged the shit out that fucking Metal Gear.
I told you guys that. It wasn't a resolution thing. He just didn't try. He was just like, hey, let's port the Xbox 360.
Is there going to be any difference in the final product, or is it just? Do we know?
I don't know, but fucking with that guy, who I don't know. Who knows? He might pull an ace out his back pocket and do some bullshit. Because ain't no way in hell the Xbox One version is the same resolution as the 360 version with 8 gigs of RAM and more powerful
that's
GPU.
what I was saying. I was like, holy shit.
You need to try.
Yeah.
I was just so fucking thirsty to get my hands on the game, and that was some bullshit. That was some straight bullshit there.
It was. It was like we had to pay for a demo. People always talk about anti-consumerism, but they don't talk about it for shit like that. I mean, give me a break, man. What was it, like $30 for a goddamn demo?
They got a price cut though. Didn't they get a price cut or some shit?
I don't know. Yeah, it was originally.
I never went to it.
It was $40. It was $40 originally.
The season premiere of Halo Nightfall is available now.
What?
I'm watching the conference now, and it just flashed up. The season premiere, episode 1, is available now.
I have no idea.
You don't know.
I don't know. Oh, the Sunset Overdrive thing. Did you guys like that?
What? Like what? What about it?
The new trailer and stuff.
Oh yeah, the game looks amazing, man. Whatever was it confirmed 900p, whatever the fuck 30 frames.
I don't know.
That
I don't
looks,
know what it is.
Yeah, but that game looks fucking amazing, man. You know what's crazy is the fact that and I'd be glad when this whole resolution shit is over, we can get back to games.
That's never okay.
Well, I don't know. Well, look, the fucking Diablo 3 900p, and was it 900p 30 or what is it 900p?
60 frames per second. Yeah.
900p, but on the Xbox One, and then on the PlayStation 4. You know. Talk about it.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. I mean, hey, let's talk about it. Not only that, but they tested these games out before the patch was live for the Xbox One version, which ups the resolution to 1080p. But a developer named Kevin Dent on Twitter today was like, if the game was already looking great and running great at 900p, 60 frames per second, why bother and worry about 1080p? Didn't he say something to that effect, Worrywart?
Yeah, he was saying, you know, I think it was something along those lines where if it's 900p and it's running better at 60, why do we have to push to 1080? You know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's so there's such a little difference between 900 and 1080. It don't matter, but they're able to do that just because of the extra 10% with the SDKs and things like that. So I think that's impressive. Was there any? I know EA was supposed to show up. Does anybody know when their thing was?
I think it's tomorrow. EA and Konami supposed to be tomorrow. I don't know about Ubisoft, but they're supposed to be tomorrow.
And Nintendo, man, they got a big presence there, right?
Yeah, Nintendo, man. They don't never. I don't understand. Like they just don't. I guess they don't feel that they have to compete. You wait when you get your Mario game, and you get it when you get it. Suck a dick, you know. It'll be out this year, next year. Nintendo doesn't feel like they have to show anything. I don't know. That's fucked up.
Apparently, they have games to play there, but they're not doing. I'm surprised they didn't even do a digital thing or anything. I mean, damn.
Nintendo feels they don't have to compete, man. You know, it sucks being a Nintendo fan. I swear. At least if you're a Microsoft fan or you're a Sony fan, we sit back, we're waiting for something, you know, for a show. And if you're a Nintendo fan, you get shit with a dick in your butt. A dick in the butt and some granny sex, man. Somebody grandmother walks out on the stage with a thong on and start twerking when Nintendo takes the stage.
Nothing but indies.
Word up.
Oh man, dude. I actually seen some people that are normally PlayStation gamers mention about the indies thing. They're like, "We get it. You guys have indies." You know what I'm saying? I think you're going to start to see maybe a few people start to be a little bit upset.
It's starting now. I'm reading some comments from on my page, inboxing me. Straight Sony guys on Facebook and on Twitter.
This Master Chief collection looks really nice.
Hey, did you guys see what the hell was the map that they unveiled for that today? Oh, Sanctuary.
Sanctuary, yeah.
Holy crap, it looks awesome, right?
You see that water? Yeah. You see the fucking water? Did they say what resolution it's going to be yet? Again, do we know?
They don't know. It's still in quote-unquote development, and it says that even when you watch the little trailers and stuff, it's still it's still in development. But man, I mean, that's real value right there, man. Yeah. Hopefully that shit don't get devalued by a bunch of other shitty ports and shit and remasters.
Yeah, like I said, I think with Quantum Break in 2015 that this generation is finally going to start. Maybe it can start with like Sunset Overdrive, something new, something fresh. You know what I mean? But if you listen,
I think that's what it takes.
Guys, if you're watching the show live, if you have any comments you want to make about, you know, what you liked about or questions about Gamescom, you know, hit us up. You know, we can give our opinion. Both of us, and Warriors the Sony do the group. We all think that Microsoft won Gamescom, you know, hands down. Even Warriors tired of the fucking indies. If you guys have any questions or you want to say statements about Gamescom, you can start putting them in now. We answer.
Yeah, rack up your questions. Hey, someone says EA's press conference is at 4 a.m. Eastern. It's at 4 a.m. Eastern.
4 a.m.
Yeah, so Jesus. It's in 7.5 hours, he says. So, tomorrow morning it's like, so I don't think. Maybe next gen can pop some pills or something to stay
up. We're creating online local cooperatives. Okay, we got Jabari. We want to start with it. We got Jabari Clark. You see Jabari's Clark question?
Jay Barry, let's talk about it, bro.
Jay Barry. You see him? You see it at 39 minutes? You see it down?
I don't see it.
Hold on, let me refresh the page. Refresh your page and you should see it. I put newest first. Actually, let me go inside the yellow bar.
I really like the way this Master Chief collection looks.
Yeah, dude, I seen you posting some heavy Microsoft stuff on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
You're like, let's buy it.
I'm the worst person to talk to with Halo, man. I'm just so.
Oh, dude, I mean, who's not going to be there for that? I mean, obviously, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to.
Okay, we got B-Man. I'm sorry, we got B-Man Beast.
I just wanted to point out something real quick. This guy D2L Blast says, "quote unquote," Rise of Tomb Raider doesn't represent good value to the PlayStation gamer, Sony, and I just love that comment so much.
Okay, B-Man Beast. I'm gonna let you tackle this one of you guys. We talk about us. We hate indies, but even though they love Titanfall's an indie. Since when is Titanfall an indie?
Titanfall is not an indie. Yeah,
look, I think we've covered this.
Hey, you know what that is? I'm gonna tell you this.
What is
that? Clickers logic. That is hoof clickers logic.
Hoof clicking.
That's that. That's all that is, man.
Yo,
that's what helps y'all
I didn't know
better.
that.
That's that ointment. You know what I'm saying? That's what they sell themselves, man.
Hey, yo,
Get out of here with that trash.
I didn't know. I ain't know an indie game. Listen, the day I started paying $65 for an indie, tell me about it. Indies cost $65. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what's funny is though. Okay, look, in indie game, when we talk about indie games, we talk about these games that look like these little 8-bit and 16-bit things. I mean, they're not real retail releases. All right. If you have a big publisher, which EA published that, and they're like the number 2 publisher in the world, when you have them publish that. That's not an indie anymore. You know what I'm saying? When you have Ubisoft or Microsoft or Sony or Nintendo publish a game, it's no longer an indie. The studio could be independent, but that doesn't make the game indie. That's like saying Sunset Overdrive is an indie game because the studio is, which isn't the case. Microsoft is funding it and publishing it, which makes that a Microsoft game and not an indie. So people keep trying to use this as an excuse, like, hey, you hate indies. Hell, if all indies were as badass as Titanfall and Sunset Overdrive, there wouldn't be a fucking problem. The problem is they look like fucking Ho-Hokum and shit. That's the problem.
Why did you unfollow Sasha Joe?
Visionac. Yeah, that's the problem.
Okay. From Cage Raccoon, he said, what you guys think ranking higher in the fanboy meltdown? Final Fantasy 13 going multi-platform or the Tomb Raider being exclusive? I say Tomb Raider.
No, I would say Final Fantasy.
Well, hold on. That's a tough one.
Final Fantasy.
I didn't hear about anybody getting raped or molested and doing fucking Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy is really affiliated with Sony and PlayStation a lot more than Tomb Raider is. Even though people think Tomb Raider started on PlayStation, it got more of an audience when it went to PlayStation 1, but it didn't start on the PlayStation. You know, Final Fantasy was a big deal because Square left Nintendo's. Didn't support them anymore and went to Sony's platform with Final Fantasy.
Yeah. All right.
I think 7 was the first. No, was it? No, which Final Fantasy was? I don't remember the exact number.
I think it was 5 or I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't 7. I was wrong.
I think it was 5. Whatever one, but because Sony, of course, went with DVD and Nintendo stayed with cartridges.
Sure, yeah.
It fucked them over. Okay, we got here. As fuck, why do we always have to have some shit on the I didn't enjoy seeing the game. All right, from Phil Wickerson has a statement. He says Sony conference was boring as fuck. Why do they always have to do some suit doing droning in a monotone voice? I did enjoy seeing the games that are coming to the Xbox One. Yeah, I can agree. I just feel that Sony has a shitty presentation to me also.
They don't need, like, if you're Sony, I'm going to put as little as possible with what we do. Yeah. Anytime you sell 10 million, and you're basically selling it off PC ports, free-to-play games, and indies, why change what you're doing? Until people start voting with their wallets. I mean, look, people bought 1.5 million copies of The Last of Us Remastered. 1.5 million of a game that was just out a year ago. And that's like in the first, week or two? I mean, and you wonder why they're going to keep doing this. So as long as you guys keep bending over, they're going to keep doing it. So, yeah, I would keep expecting more of the same. Why would they change what they do when the media loves it, when the fans supposedly love it, or they won't admit that they don't? So don't expect them to change anything as long as you idiots are buying their stuff.
All right. Any guys have any more questions? I mean, statements you guys want to see what you like in the comment section?
Hold on, real quick. I'm perusing it. Somebody says. Oh, Jabari Clark says the Indies Microsoft show today are all time. Just saying, guys. Actually, that's not true. If you look at Ori and the Blind Forest, Microsoft is actually publishing that. There's a few other ones like Cuphead. Like Cuphead and some of those.
This shit is an indie game. I wouldn't give a fuck. It's an indie game.
I wouldn't even care no way.
Yeah.
Dang on indie.
Yeah, I would rather play a banging ass $65 game than a $10 game. I don't give a fuck about an indie. You could put an indie on a fucking 3DS. I wouldn't give a shit. They're all right. Listen, indies are okay, but I didn't buy my console to my next generation console just to play fucking indies. I didn't. I'm sorry. You Sony. If that was Xbox with all them fucking indies, all you fucking Sony dick suckers to be fucking be fucking, writing that shit on the wall with shit or
Like
something.
they did last gen when the Xbox One had, or Xbox 360 had all those indies.
Nobody gave a fuck about what the fucking indie became the shit to have though. The 360 has
man,
1,000 indies, man. Who the fuck cares? Give me a real game.
Get a glass of water next gen, man.
No,
Hey, next gen's going in. He's going in on them worse than I do.
He just
Hey, no.
Yeah.
Fuck
Hey,
that.
man, have a Kit Kat, bro.
Hey,
Have a Kit
Hey,
Kat.
fuck my time, this fucking guy. Hey, Jabari, suck my balls. You bully motherfucker, suck my balls.
Crazy, man.
Those indies motherfucker. Those indies are not
Great,
exclusive.
man.
Those indies, and who gives a fuck? I want some games, motherfucker. Like, fuck that.
Man, that comment hit a nerve. You let Jabari do what Jabari do, man. He got you reeled
I'm
up,
just
bro.
saying, hey, how about this? Hellblade is not exclusive, okay? That's coming to bitch.
Oh my goodness.
Suck my
Dang.
balls.
Hey,
You don't miss my
man.
fucking balls. Showstop, you got a question? You
Oh,
said
no.
Xbox fucked up. Showstop, I have a question. Y'all call Sony fans ponies, but you have a horse mouth, buck-toothed gang with these things. Why do you do that?
Crazy
And I
stuff.
have a question for Crap. What do you think of BB? What the fuck is BB?
I have no idea.
I don't even know.
What the fuck? Heck, Paul, he said you got a horse mouth with a buck-toothed gang with a shit stain. What the fuck was that?
Jeez.
You know what it is? It don't even make sense. But you know what I like about that comment? It shows me his emotions.
Yeah.
He's hurt. Because that's one dude I banned.
Oh
He
shit.
got banned from my channel.
It takes a lot to get banned from Showstopper's channel.
This show dude, man, but he was over there talking reckless. You know what I'm saying? So talk like that, man, you get banned.
Damn.
Hey, Bill Wall asked this. He says, don't you think it's too soon for Sony to announce so many big-name AAA exclusives so soon, and they don't need to release for another 2 years in a crowded 2015? He says finances don't have anything to do with it. What the fuck is so crowded about 2015 or 14 for them for that matter?
Yeah.
They haven't released anything.
Yeah.
They've released like 4 games.
Yeah.
It's like their retail exclusives is fucking pathetic.
Knack. What's it got? Knack, Killzone, and Infamous.
Knack, Killzone, Infamous, then Drive Club later this year. Little Big Planet and Baseball are both on the PS3.
Yeah,
I mean, if you got, they fucking got started on the whole. You can get most of the shit on some other platform. Is what I'm saying. There's not really a reason to buy one right now. There's just not.
Sony releases.
Let's see.
The PT demo that Sony releases actually is new Sony to good times. All right. How many people don't have the same games? Really think it's kind of dumb. All right. The entertainment begins.
Oh, Insane XLV says, "What do you think is better, Tomb Raider or Uncharted?"
I'm not a big Uncharted fan, and I'm not being biased.
This is a decent one. This is a decent question, right? It depends on, like, the last Tomb Raider was one of my favorite games of 2013. It was better than the first Uncharted and the third Uncharted easily. I don't know if it was better than the second one. This new Tomb Raider, they're supposedly using this new way to track the movements and stuff at like 7,000 different points of your face or whatever.
Listen, the only way to answer this is yesterday. One didn't have to be better than the other. They were both great games. Today, one has to be better than the other.
They were still comparable because Uncharted took a lot.
You couldn't go crazy.
Yeah, and now let's just be honest about it. It's a good thing because they're likely going to go up against each other next year.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't like Uncharted.
I'm sure Uncharted's going to look better.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
like I said, they're using that new motion cap. I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't
know.
Well, what's the point like this? I think the last Tomb Raider looked better than Uncharted 3.
Oh, absolutely.
That's any indication, and that's playing. I'm not in that. And that's a multi-plat. I think that last Tomb Raider was beautiful.
It was beautiful, but I can't say they look better than Uncharted 3.
I think it looks a lot better.
That's the inner Sony home winner.
No, it's just
shining through
my eyeballs, man.
Hey, and I really liked Uncharted 2. I thought it was probably the best game on the PS3,
Uncharted 2 was great.
Yeah,
it was better than Uncharted 3. gameplay-wise, but they both.
Uncharted 3 was all full of glitches and shit. It felt more, Uncharted 3 felt like DLC or like a expansion pack or something. It didn't feel like a new game to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I think maybe they were working on The Last of Us, and maybe I don't know.
Well, that's when they split off their teams or whatever.
Yeah. But whenever you do that, you split a team. You know what I mean? You always get less than you bargained for when you have everybody working on one game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
I agree.
I got a question here from Destroy Man 64. Do you guys think God of War 4 will be ready to release next year alongside Uncharted to combat Tomb Raider and Halo?
It might. That's a good idea.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think
Uncharted coming
that.
out.
Yeah. Like if I had to say, if somebody said, "Hey, put a percentage on what you think the chances of Uncharted 4 coming out next year are," I would say 25% chance. I think there's a 75% chance that game's getting delayed into 2016.
Yeah.
Of course, Sony's not going to say anything. They have a whole year plus to work with, but they have all those defections. The lead writer leaves. One of the actors leave. You have some problems there. So we don't know.
Saying that because we didn't see. You think about we seen The Order 2 years ago, but what's coming? We seen it in 2013. It's coming out in 2015, and we didn't see any gameplay from Uncharted at all. All we saw was them walking across the grass in the jungle. That's it. I think that game's.
They're showing the guy sitting in the lounge playing the Halo collection.
Yeah, 2016.
This game, man.
Yeah. So anyway, I think that what was the question again?
Do we think God of War was new God of War is come out?
God of War and Uncharted.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. All right. Sony Santa Monica. Well, they had their layoffs, canceled their new IP. The rest of the team got divided up. Half of them, or some of them, went to go work on Ho Hokum, and the other part is helping with The Order.
Yeah.
Right, so they did form that new studio to actually build their game called whatever the hell it was, the Bullpen or whatever it was, right? So that means to me that they're probably just getting started on that. So there's no way a new God of War is going to come out next year.
But there are heavily rumored we might get a God of War Ascension remastered. So
yeah, I mean you could get that. Maybe that's what they're working on.
Yeah, so
maybe a whole new collection.
God of War collection. Yeah.
Yeah,
that would be huge, man. God of War is a popular game.
It is, but I mean, they
what we didn't cover? You know what we didn't cover? That dang on box that they put in
Oh yeah, that was stupid. That was
the dumbest shit I ever saw.
Yeah, they put that motherfucker on his head, right? Left him in the desert. Like, what is that? The new Metal Gear? Is that Phantom? Is that Phantom Pain?
Next gen boxes.
I was like,
man, what Metal Gear was that? Was that Solid Pain? Is that the new Metal Gear that's coming out?
Yeah,
that's the new one. Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't impressed with that at all. That was stupid. Like, oh no.
Oh my God, that was whack.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Look, they put a woman on top of the box. They put a guard on top of the box. I said, man, this is trash.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that box is horrible.
Yeah, that was hard. That was stupid. That's why I'm saying some real shit.
Cardboard box.
It shows up. Let me tell you some real shit. That's why I always liked the Splinter Cell better than Metal Gear, because I thought Splinter Cell was more serious, and I didn't like that comical part of hiding in a box in the middle. You go walking in and play the guards can be put out this box and hide in this box. I always thought that was stupid as fuck. I hate that about Metal Gear. They need to take that box shit out of here. I don't like that shit. The box.
That box is horrible, man. That was worse.
Yeah, you see me with this man with all these guns around my hips. I got the box on my head, the dunce hat. He got the piece. He got the dunce hat on. He got the dunce hat on.
He popped up out that box and blasted him in his face, man. I was like, come on.
Yeah.
Look, they had a Navy base. Ain't no way in the world a box should be outside.
A box.
It's just stupid, man. That is dumb. But whoever liked that box, man, enjoy it, man. It's cool.
We got a question.
That Berserker noob who's always like D-Ride and Sony loves him so much. He's like, yeah, I love Japanese people. Pearl Harbor, go Japs. He's like cheering them on. But he says you have to factor in that Naughty Dog has had 4 years to make Uncharted 4 compared to only 2 for Uncharted 3. But check this out, all right? They had a lot of problems with their engine, which is the Last of Us engine as well. That's just running off a modified Uncharted engine. They cannot release an Uncharted 4 game with all the bugs and glitches that motherfucking remaster had. So we don't know if they had to scrap it. At what point did they scrap it? Because obviously they didn't like the story that Amy Hennig had. Obviously they put a different mocap actor and voice actor in one of the roles. So they've done a lot of changing around. They do have 2 teams, but obviously supposedly that they're working on a new IP as well. So how long have they only got their dev kits in 2013? Do you guys remember that story? Naughty Dog got their PlayStation 4 dev kits in 2013, right? And they got them really late.
I gotta throw this one here too, man. Shout out to my man XX Virus, man. He said, Media Molecule lets you use a flashlight. The flashlight on front of the PlayStation 4 controller in the game.
Oh, that blue light?
That Tearaway game?
That
game? That
Tearaway, the little comic book, the little pop-up book game, man. You know what I'm saying? God, that's worse, man. That's boxing, man. That's the type of games they like, man. I agree.
To let you know that Microsoft had such a great show, Hot Sauce 77 said, just to let you guys know, the Xbox One is the top seller on Amazon in all the countries. Good shit. So, good shit for them.
Maybe people wake up, man. Maybe we see some good shit. Hey, shouldn't we be getting some MPDs here soon?
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna win this month, but
I don't think they're gonna win this month either. But
maybe next month.
But hey, maybe next month. Yeah, that's the Xbox mantra. We'll damage the control the hell out of it until they do.
Yeah. Well, it's not in 13 countries, and it was a start. You know what I mean? We got one. We're gonna do 3 more here. We got one from LR Bishop. Was it safe to say that all these leak rumors coming out before the comments, Shimu, Steam, backwards need to be ignored? I would say no. I don't know. I would say no. We don't know what's coming out.
I would forget about the backwards compatibility thing. The Shenmue thing is up in the air. I think everybody wants that. Yeah.
And Steam, I don't know what something's from Steam is coming. Whether it's the game, I don't know. We got.
Well, there's a point in time, like maybe they might not be ready to announce that shit. You know what I mean? Like we all knew that the Sunset Overdrive bundle was coming, and it was the right time to announce it. They wanted to do that in Gamescom.
Mm-hmm.
With this other stuff, why blow your load early? Save it for when you might need it. Maybe they're still working on it. Maybe they're still working on backwards compatibility. We don't know. But I did see some pictures that some people's Xbox Ones had these little 360 test discs in there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys seen that too. So I think they're working on that. But I didn't really have a high hope that they do backwards compatibility. I used that as a way to get views yesterday in a video I did, which worked, by the way. Anyway. But anyway, it's like, why would
Craig's crazy?
I basically just bullshit everybody, and you guys are falling for it.
Hey, the PS4 fans are easy to fool, dude. They're easy. Like, hey, some people on Twitter today, they're like, man, crap. They're like, they hate you. They take that bait that you throw out there every damn time. And I'm like, damn right, dude, man. I mind fuck them big time, man. It's big time. But yeah, anyway, so they're not going to do that until the 360 is absolutely milked for everything they can get. They still haven't released a $99 360. I think that's going to push more consoles. Until they want to do that and end the 360's life, stop producing that, then they could do backwards compatibility. And I think until they're ready to do that, they're not going to. So, I mean, hell, you have that damn Scream Coaster game or whatever that's coming out on 360. I mean, that shit's still getting exclusives, man. Like, that'll be 10 years in.
10 years in.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 3, they're getting their own version of that. I mean, they're getting a bunch of... Hey, they're getting free-to-play in indies, too, man. I mean, if you like PS4, just get a 360. Save yourself a few $100.
Yeah. I'm really into this Halo Master Chief collection.
Oh, in case you guys didn't know, Warrior loves Halo.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
Loves Halo.
Yeah, don't ask me for a score. Don't ask me anything about Halo because I'm not going to be.
Tropical 5.
Yeah.
Okay, and he said, oh wait, he's here. 2014 exclusives only on PlayStation 4. This is in Bill Wall. Tropical 5. Tropical 5.
Right.
Which that's on PC.
Okay. All right. Drive Club, Little Big Planet 3.
Little Big Planet's on PS3.
Listen, hey, bro, Infamous First Light is not a game. That's some DLC, bro. I can't give you that one. I can't give you Infamous First Light. I can't give you that one, bro.
Hey, that'd be like us doing that Dead Rising 3, that little add-on that they did, the arcade add-on.
Yeah, that's not a game.
That'd be like us counting that as 2 fucking games. Get the fuck out of here, bitch.
Air Conflicts Vietnam Ultimate Edition. You can buy that game.
I never even
heard
of that shit.
What the fuck is that, Jake?
Dude, they've been naming these weird shit, like shit I never even heard of before, and they're like, I don't know what the hell that is. Can you go buy it in the store? No, it's a download title for $250. You know what I mean? Who gives a shit? That's not a fucking exclusive. Get out of here.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I asked one last question here. We got Lace Chucks. Do you think Scalebound will make an appearance at TGS? Yes.
I do
Yes.
because that's geared towards that Japanese audience, and so
Yeah, I think we're gonna see something from Scalebound at the Tokyo Game Show. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching our Gamescom 2014 opinions and what we thought of the show. Thank you, Sony guys, for taking all the abuse from us throughout the show. Appreciate it. We see you guys Sunday. And remember, if your grandmother got a fat ass, give her my number. Rack 'em. Bang, bang. Who's Clippin'? Rory loves fucking Halo. It's Jabari Clark. Suck my balls, bitch.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, bitch. My balls in your mouth. Those indies aren't exclusive. You see that faggot talking about those indies? That's where you know Sony ain't got no names. We talking about Triple A's. We talking about indies. Bitch. Ball sucker. We out.